Israel, Bahrain, and the UAE have delivered the most doses per capita, with more than 1 in 4 Israelis having received a dose of the Pfizer formulation. That's amazing, actually. That is very big progress for a month in. Just over 6% of people in the UK have received, and by the way, in Israel, I just imagine what that's leaving out. Anyway, just over 6% of people in the UK have received a vaccine dose, along with 4% of US citizens. So we've gotten to 4% in the US. That's probably better than I would have guessed it's at right now, based on how many issues there have been.
Yeah.
Give you one last update on the COVID situation here. Let's jump ahead to the graph. The number of deaths, at least for the weekend, where it's always the lowest, is a little bit down in the US at about 1,400 deaths. You can see in this chart that the number of hospitalizations is starting to go down a little bit, a few thousand. Of course, that is partially because a percentage of those people have since died, regrettably. But it looks like the cases are starting to go down. They're still at catastrophic levels. The cases are starting to go down, hospitalizations are going down. That usually preludes the deaths going down a week or two later. So
I don't know, John, if you're gonna throw this graphic up or not, but I think that this one really important piece of this story is that India and South Africa are trying to get the World Health Organization to waive intellectual property rights for the COVID-19 vaccine. But of course, the United States, the UK, Canada, and all the pharmaceutical companies that are based in there and that have been making incredible profits from selling their vaccine to these, so-called first world countries, are resisting that. And I think that is, again, what happens when not only you divest or straight up leave the World Health Organization like the Trump administration did, but you also spend years underfunding it. And this is the kind of work that we talk about pharmaceuticals, we talk about the price of pharmaceuticals, and then let's not lose the thread now that they are our saviors, right? They know that they're our saviors. They know they have everybody by the balls, so to speak. And now when you have countries like India or like South Africa that are like, please let us create, our own vaccines that don't have your IP or whatever, then there's resistance. And the same goes for HIV and AIDS, right? And that epidemic. And hate it, love it, whatever. But something the Clinton Foundation actually did that was good, was helping to get HIV medication that was far cheaper because it skirted and was an affront to the intellectual property rights around that treatment. So yes, this is a fight that it has long roots and a lot more future when it comes to pushing back on these big pharma companies.
Yeah. Hopefully, we want to check in with this. Because hopefully with Biden coming in, it won't just lead to a quicker pace of vaccinations here, but they love to tout their diplomatic background, the accomplishments of the Biden years, or the Obama years. This is a great opportunity to deploy that and hypothetically save a lot of lives. For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.